Hey guys, I've been working on an older green cobalt for a while, and today I had a special treat. The owner showed up, and they got to see what it's going to look like.
This is the bad side?
Yeah, this is the other side.
Oh my god, it looks so good!
It's turning out really good.
You want to see it in the daylight?
I mean, I don't want to make any more work for you guys.
More work? You can't get more work than this. This thing's taken, I think, 3 days of solid grinding just to get to this point.
So
It's going to take
sorry.
another 3 to get that side, and then we got to worry about the back. So we're trying to think outside the box. But what you've got from the stern forward is salvageable.
Oh my God, it's
Outside
so
of the little parts that were.
I love this boat so much.
So my next question, and this is going to be an emotional thing. It takes us a lot to get this shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Most cobalts that are coming in here have a little bit of a shine to them, and I can take a wheel and in about an hour I can get this all pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Considering what I'm having to do to get that shiny, I will never be able to get this good. So here's my option. You let me cleave these off. I polish the heck out of it, and then we find you some, and I've done this for years over in Seattle, chrome stickers. They go on from 5 feet away. You can't really tell, well, 10 feet away. 10 feet away, you can't tell the difference. They look great, and from that point on, everyone can buff this boat, and you never have an eyesore back here. Something to think about. I'll take them off for free, but to buff them, it's, it's hours. So something to think about. And that I didn't do that.
No. Yeah,
Oh no, I know. And I think this side over here is broken too.
we haven't even tried.
Oh, I think that one's good. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Just go inside.
And the good news is, if I pull these letters off, you guys can get on cobaltchat.com and sell them for $20 a pop.
I don't know, there's something about like losing that.
Trust me. Picture it from 10 feet away. Stainless steel decals. Do we have any boats out in the yard with the stainless steel hull numbers? They last for a really long time. They look really good, and you'll never have a big blemish there. That
They still follow the same.
yeah,
Well, here's
it's the
what-
same font.
Here's what came into my head when you said that.
Right.
Like the little stickers you put on your mailbox that eventually like peel off.
No.
Okay.
This is the exact same stuff that Cobalt now puts as their whole registration numbers on,
Oh,
and they
okay.
last forever. And I buff over them year after year after year after year. The difference is I can go over them, and the stuff in the middle gets shiny.
Yeah.
Right here, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. I'm one of the only people in the state
Yeah.
who would spend the time to go through that and do it right. And I'm telling you, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gone and you guys have a boat for the
I
future,
think it's okay to pull it off and make it so it's manageable.
nobody will not know that this is a Cobalt. This is the quintessential striped,
Yeah.
small Kevlar boat. Everyone's going to know it's a Cobalt. And with the lettering on there, it'll look so much better, easier to clean. You won't have spiders making webs in
Oh,
here.
yeah.
You won't have the rain drips coming down off it, So it's just a flush chrome decal. I'm guessing it'll probably last for 15 to 20 years. That's an option.
Here's the other thing, like if you hadn't told me, I probably would have never noticed.
You're welcome.
See,
Once you've seen it, you can't
I know,
unsee it.
now I'm like, well, they're kind of old school. They're like the OG. I don't know why I would be attached to this.
It's an emotional thing, and it's why I said it. A lot of people have a hard time with it, but I haven't had anyone in over 15 years come back and say, you know what, Lee, I don't like the decals, put the old emblems back
We've
on.
actually had customers that say, "Don't put letters back."
They didn't even want the letters.
Yeah.
The lines of this
Yeah.
boat are so quintessentially
Yeah.
Cobalt,
But
Yeah.
I mean, each person's different, honestly.
and it's your boat. So if you've got a memory of reaching out with beer in one hand and feeling those letters and being like, all right, cool.
Oh my God, what if that was my memory? How pathetic.
I know. Guys, I think a lot of my job is educating a boater. If I can show them another option to make things better for the next time, it's kind of my thing.
Do you know that when we were in the heat of the pandemic, we went out and I worked from my boat. I was taking conference calls. I had my laptop. I was streaming off from my phone, and I'm like,
Super quiet, huh?
this is amazing.
Now you just need a bigger boat.
Yeah. Well, that's the.
That's what they got over there.
Are we doing the truck too?
No.
We need a bit of an interlude. That green Cobalt was kicking my butt, and you might think that this is me getting lazy and just doing other things because I can't hang, but this boat is actually owned by the folks that own the green boat. So it's almost like I'm working on the exact same boat. Almost. It is a Cobalt, so, there's some continuity. I'm just going to put the compound right on the wheel, spread it out. Oh, drip it all over the place.
Make sure I'm covering as much gel coat as I possibly can in the area that I'm working on. And once I've got it spread out, I'm going to focus on my edges, just like always. By the way, Cobalt, if you're watching, thanks very much for putting the stainless steel bar like half a centimeter away from the boat. It's really cool when you can't make that shine. You thought I only hated you guys for the emblems. Ha! Oh, this is another reason to use a double-sided pad. Womp womp. Edges. Cross cuts. And we're doing a little demo for you to show you what this is going to look like. This one's not going to take nearly the effort that the green one took. This is the first pass with a gritty compound. It's already starting to shine up. Yeah, so my guys, if they threw it in the lake, no big deal.
Oh my god, look at that. It looks so good.
Wow. First pass.
Yeah.
You want to stay for the second pass? The second pass is a different compound, a little bit lighter, and it doesn't have any grit whatsoever. It just has really long molecule chains of titanium dioxide and silica dioxide. It just breaks down those long chains as you use it and gets finer and finer and finer, and then hopefully we get what I call the pop. Hey,
so,
we're mixing both boats.
Yeah. When you leave, like, if the oxidation around that ladder, like, does that spread then like rust?
A little bit. Not as bad as rust, but it does have a tendency to travel. It's just, especially when it's deep in there like it was,
Yeah.
where it's behind the surface of the gel coat. I don't really know what causes that. You'd probably have to study a boat for its entire life to see. But as long as you take care of your boat, that's not common.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so uncommon that I've done maybe 3 videos showing people this does exist. And it's, for a detailer who hasn't seen it, it's a little mind-blowing. Because generally we see oxidation and it's always, dull and chalky and you don't get a shine. Your boat had a shine. It just had a weird color. So I'm guessing at some point, maybe they washed it with something that had an acidic pH that didn't work with the gel coat. And
You
the
mean
color,
like toilet bowl cleaner?
something. And what it does is it actually opens up the pores of the gel coat, and gel coat is porous, it's like a sponge. In fact, this boat probably weighs about 30% more now than it did when it was manufactured, just because of all the water that it's absorbed and hasn't released.
Wow.
So if that toilet bowl cleaner got soaked up by the gel coat, it can go deep into the gel coat and just start bleaching out the pigment. And that's, I think, what happens on those boats, especially, I see it mostly on the water line up, about 6 feet from the bow.
Yeah.
It just seems to me that they were either in a spot that maybe had some gas oil sitting on the surface, and gasoline breaks down plastic, and it just started eating away at it, and then soaked in. Once it soaks in, nothing you can do.
Yeah. Well, in all of my YouTube wisdom and research,
Tell me you like Drake.
I don't know what Drake is.
Good.
I like this hack that a bunch of different people talked about to get, because in Lake Washington you get all that algae, and it's super hard to get off.
Well, it is and it isn't.
And so this guy was like, oh, just take toilet bowl cleaner, spray it on, and then hose it off, and it comes right off. And it did.
Yeah.
And so that's how I've been cleaning the bottom of the boat when we pull it out of the water. But now I probably shouldn't do that.
Well, no.
I'm not
I
spraying it
I
on
had
the
my boat on
green.
Lake Washington too, and you get that 1/4 inch thick scum line, right? And
Yes.
I was a detailer. You scrub it off with a stick bristle brush. We wrote a book for detailing, Insider's Guide to Boat Cleaning and Detailing. Anyway, a guy down in California, him and his buddies were chemical engineers and boaters, got tired of spending money 3 times a year to have the boat waxed, so they came up with a better product.
Mm-hmm.
He sends it to me and he says, if you don't like it, tell the world that we suck. And I thought, well, that's ballsy. I'll take you on. So I put it on my boat, then I put it on my car, then I put it on, maybe if I was doing a boat like this, I might do this back corner,
Yeah.
maybe that, or maybe just the white. And what I found on my boat, sitting at Lake Washington, was when I went down, I went, whoop, white. Okay, this is the best product in the world.
Okay.
There are ways to mitigate.
All right. Well, should we spray it on before we put it in the lake then?
Which one's going to Lake Washington?
Green.
Right.
I'll tell you what. I'll do the starboard side with a different polish. When you guys come back next year, you tell me which one worked best.
Okay.
You'll see a difference. I mean, I was also a distributor for 3 top tier ceramic coatings.
Mm-hmm.
I could put this stuff on a dock box sitting in the marina. Nobody's washing it, nobody's touching it. After 2 years, they both look the same. So you can either spend thousands of dollars to ceramic coat your boat, or $26 a bottle, wipe on, wipe off, and it lasts for 3 years.
Yeah.
And your scum line wipes off with a finger.
Okay.
So I'll do that to the starboard side of your green boat.
Okay.
I've already waxed the port side, and
Okay.
I had to strip all that off. And,
Don't do that.
So, if you saw some disappointment in my face, that was it. So, this will just be a fun test for you, and
Okay,
as a
yeah.
boater who's animally excited.
I care about all this stuff.
Okay, well, good. So, there are ways to mitigate it, and so your scum line doesn't have to be like that. And if you just use one of the best boat soaps that I found was Salt Away. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
There's another step after this if you want.
I mean, it looks like a mirror.
Yeah, that's
like
my
I can
goal.
totally see the details of your face. Wow.
Yeah, I
Oh my god,
usually
it's
try
so
to
good.
take my watch, and if I can see what time it is, I'm like, yeah, we're good.
Oh my god, you are an artist.
Thank you.
It looks
So this
so
is
good.
what we're bringing.
Unicorn and Chelan.
Perfect.
Oh my god, I could hug both of you.
He's got COVID.
Okay.
No.
I would like to say thank you for watching, spending the time with me. I'd like to thank those customers. They were really cool, made my day.